at 6, it's Veterans Day. I'm Kaylee Collins in New Britain this morning with a look at how communities across Connecticut are honoring our servicemen and women.
A World War II veteran is celebrating a huge milestone birthday this Veterans Day. I'm Kayla Kate. Coming up, I'll tell you how he decided to celebrate his 100th.
Connecticut is now under a Stage 2 drought advisory. I'm Angelo Bavar with more on what that means as our state continues to respond to an ongoing lack of rain and elevated wildfire risk.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Thanks for starting off your new day and your week with us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Thank you for joining us here at 6 o'clock on Fox 61. You heard Angelo say it. We're in a drought. That being said, we finally got a little bit of rain to talk about. So let's get over to meteorologist Matt Scott. How widespread?
Is that what that stuff was called? It's been so long,
So weird,
I didn't recognize it. I had to look it up on my weather dictionary and go, oh, right, absolutely. Good morning to you. Nice to have you along on this Monday. In case you didn't know either, it's called rain, and we had for some of you closer to the shore, maybe a quarter inch to a third of an inch of rain, a little less as you head north. It wasn't a lot, but man, we needed it. Warm temperatures will start the week. That's not how we finish it, though. A couple more fronts coming in. Is it November or is it summer? We will explore that coming up. Drought monitor, that's what Angelo was talking about a moment ago. Yes, that has not changed. This will stay yellow at least until Thursday, and that's assuming things get better between now and Thursday, which I don't expect that to be the case at all. Satellite radar picture shows you the rain that has moved in, unfortunately quickly has moved out. Clouds left will clear out the skies. Looking off to the west, see that little last band of rain drying up before it makes it over into our neck of the woods. On this Veterans Day, we are starting temperatures quite mild, warmer than where the normal highs are. That's something we've said a lot lately. 58 in Hartford, our lucky 61 in New Haven, 59 in Groton. The winds a little breezy, so even though the rain did help in terms of the brush fires, it's going to dry up rather quickly, so we need to be mindful of that. All right, here's the Veterans Day planner. Clearing the skies out, temperatures still fairly mild, getting into the mid to upper 60s across the land. Coming up, we'll talk about the work week forecast, the shortened work week forecast. If you've got the day off, I think you're going to be fine, especially if you're wondering if that rain is going to linger. Unfortunately, Symphony Privet, the answer is no, but we will explore that nonetheless coming up.
Alrighty, thank you, Matt. Let's get you up to speed with what's happening outside on the roads this morning as we kick off with our statewide map. A few construction zones wrapping up as we kick off the 6 o'clock hour, but we are incident free right now. Taking a look at 91. Heading toward the 84 interchange, and the traffic volume's not too bad so far. Looking at our Hartford drive times, no major delays to report. Should be smooth sailing for you if you're heading toward the Hartford Tunnel on 84 East. Speeds moving around 61 miles per hour. That commute will take you about 5 minutes. And for those folks heading from 91 to the 84 interchange, you should get there relatively quickly as well. Tim, Erica?
Well, yeah, today's rain, too little, too late to help against a possible drought. This morning, Connecticut is now under a Stage 2 drought advisory.
Yeah, the new advisory comes after the state's driest 2-month period ever recorded since records began back in 1905. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro was joining us live right outside the Capitol building in Hartford with more on what this means.
Erica, Tim, good morning. In a Stage 2 drought advisory, basically that is just an awareness stage that identifies an emerging drought that could potentially impact water supplies, natural ecosystems, and also agriculture. There are 5 different levels here on this scale, Stage 1 being the lowest, Stage 5 being the most extreme. Again, we are at Stage 2 currently. And this comes after, you mentioned it, a really dry past 2 months, which has led to several wildfires and reduced groundwater levels and stream flows. Governor Lamont declared a Stage 2 drought advisory after a recommendation by the Connecticut Interagency Drought Work Group on Thursday. That is a state body made up of representatives from several state agencies who meet as necessary to assess those drought conditions.
You can see that we have now met or exceeded 3 of our 9 drought triggers for Stage 2 drought. The first being precipitation. We've had far below normal, below 25% normal for the last 2 months, exceeding that Stage 2 drought trigger. Coming down, our fire danger trigger is to have that at moderate, and we are currently at extreme across the entire state. And then our third drought trigger being the U.S. Drought Monitor. Our drought trigger for stage 2 is an intensity level of D1 or D2. And as of today, we are in D1 across the entire state.
Now, some things you can do under this stage 2 drought advisory to help minimize future drought impacts. Those include shutting down automatic outdoor irrigation, minimizing overall water use by fixing leaky plumbing and fixtures, and then also following any conservation requests issued by local water suppliers and municipalities. A state of emergency is still in effect to help with the response to these critical fire conditions. And on top of that, a burn ban is also still in effect at all state parks and forests this morning. We're live at the Capitol in Hartford. I'm Angelo Bavar, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Okay, Angelo, thank you for that report.
6:06, and officers in Bristol say a man was killed by a driver while they were walking. Police say it happened at around 5:45 last night at the intersection of Route 72 and Lincoln Avenue. Now, we're told that the driver stayed at the scene and did cooperate with police. We don't know if the driver is going to face any charges.
Well, it is Veterans Day, and cities and towns across the state will pay tribute to all those who have served.
Fox 61's Kaylee Collins is live at the National Iwo Jima Memorial in New Britain and has a preview of some of these ceremonies. Kaylee, good morning.
Erica, Tim, good morning to you both. Yeah, Veterans Day ceremonies and parades have already been taking place throughout the weekend, and it's going to be the same story today as we continue to say thank you to our veterans for all of their service. Now, Veterans Day gets its start all the way back in 1918 following the end of World War I. It's meant, again, to say thank you to our veterans for their dedication and their service to our country. Now, ceremonies continue to be held throughout the morning today, one getting started as early as 9 o'clock over in Willimantic. There's a couple more in East Hartford and West Haven getting started at 10:30 and 10:45. Plenty of others get started across the state this morning at 11. That's in Glastonbury, Hamden, Mashantucket, Meriden, and West Hartford, also right here in New Britain as well. Now, since it is a federal holiday, some places will be closed today. That includes banks and the post office. Most restaurants, grocery stores, and stores will stay open, though, and some may have a different hours of operation today. Several of those retailers also do offer some special discounts and freebies to veterans today as well. Typically, you just have to show a valid military ID to get some of those deals. We'll have that information and more information on all of the ceremonies and parades taking place all over the state today on our website, fox61.com. For now, we're live in New Britain this morning. Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Hey, Kaylee, thank you. We appreciate it.
Today, Connecticut Transit is going to offer veterans free bus rides. Now, to qualify, veterans need to present a valid military ID to any bus driver within the CT Transit system. This also applies to active duty military and retirees. Over in Tallinn, a family invited us to join them for a Veterans Day celebration of an American hero.
Yeah, a man who served in the Pacific as World War II drew to a close. And this Wednesday, he'll turn 100. Fox 61's Kayla Cade has a story you'll see only here on Connecticut's news station.
Making it to 100 years old is a huge milestone, and to celebrate, Robert Garabedian's family threw the World War II veteran a party.
Friends and family members gathered around Robert Garabedian, watching him blow out his birthday candles.
Well, we're celebrating my 100th birthday today, and of course, I'm really delighted to have so many wonderful people who are here helping me to enjoy it and to celebrate it.
At his party, there were food, games, photos of young Garabedian, and awards given to him. To others, it may just be another day, but to him, it's a milestone.
When I was younger, 18 years old, I didn't expect to live to be 19.
In his teenage years, he decided to serve his country in World War II and was determined to become a fighter pilot for the Army Air Corps.
Because I was inspired by what they were doing over there in England in fighting off the Nazi invasion. And those people became my hero, and I wanted to emulate them.
After putting in a lot of effort, going through training and passing tests, he finally got his wings and commission in December 1944.
And he was really proud of his military service. He didn't serve for very long because World War II ended right as he was finishing up.
And while that is true for Garabedian, and he says he is fortunate to be alive, that's not his #1 accomplishment. Instead, it's meeting the love of his life.
We got married, and we were married for 72 years, and we were very blessed by God, and we had 12 children.
One of those children is Eileen Gay.
He's just a sweet person, and he's very generous with his money, but with his heart, with his advice.
Gay and her son recall some of the memories they share with him.
He can talk to anyone and make them laugh or share a poignant moment. So just a great storyteller.
We went to Montreal for Expo 67, Florida, New Hampshire. He took us everywhere.
Until this day, Garabedian is still active by exercising twice a week. He also participates in activities with the Colchester Veterans Honor Guard. This is a group that helps with funerals, providing honors to deceased veterans throughout our state. Some of those members were at his party.
We're really proud to have had him as a member, and we still regard him as one of our active members.
I appreciate the love and affection of my family and friends and relatives.
Garabedian hopes to live to be 110 years old. In Tallinn, Kayla Cade, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
I always love the unexpected love story, though. He said the accomplishment of his life is meeting the love of his life. That is great.